Are you ready?
Hey peeps, how's it going? As the weather gets colder, guess what? So are the Detroit Pistons. See what I did there? Usually I say when the weather gets colder, they're getting hotter, but it's not the case today. Before we hop into it, I want to thank everyone for all the birthday wishes. They're still rolling in the day after, and I'm sure they're going to keep rolling in because you guys are amazing. So thank you guys for all that. However, the one thing that did not happen on my birthday that I would have loved to see happen is that the Pistons would have got a W. And that was not the case last night as they fell to the Toronto Raptors. All in all, it wasn't like we got blown out. I mean, we were in it, but right from the rip, Toronto just had more energy than us. And it wasn't like Toronto played great. We really played bad. We played bad all the way around. Our defense has been our Achilles heel. It is just god awful, and it doesn't matter who is out there. It is bad. You can put lineups out there to make it less bad, but it's still bad, and that's unacceptable. It really is. You know, one of the things that makes the Detroit Pistons team so successful is defense. We have 3 NBA championships built off of defensive first. The bad boys were very unique. You know, they weren't really a locked down team as much as the 04 team. You know, they were more chippier. I don't know if that's a word. We'll have to look into that one. But, you know, they had Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, and Vinnie Johnson. Those are some 3 scoring fools, man. Those guys knew how to get some buckets, and they played defense. They absolutely did. However, the 04 Pistons would lock you down. They didn't have as much offensive talent as the bad boys did. They were built defense first. That's why you look at the score. It was 74-76 or whatever it would have been. I mean, they had scores like Chauncey and Sheed and Rip, but it wasn't like Vinnie Johnson or Isaiah or Joe D. But point being is we don't have anything like that here right now. And the way that the NBA is being played now, you aren't going to see another bad boys or a going to work team. The way it's played right now, it's not going to be the case. So it's not fair for me or any of you to compare this team to that, because the way it's completely different. You can't play the way they did. So that being said, there's still ways to play defense. I mean, like I said before, the Golden State Warriors, even though they were a great offensive team, were one of the best defensive teams in all of basketball. You look at the Houston Rockets, they got all this firepower offensively, and they're not going to get out of the second round. Maybe championship game in their conference, but they're not going to the finals. And if they do somehow get to the finals, they're not going to win it. But both the Lakers and the Clippers are playing defense. They're not going to beat either one of those teams. Milwaukee, you know, Giannis is a Greek freak, but what do? They play defense. In order to win in the NBA, in order to win in football, NHL, MLB, you have to play defense. There is a reason defense wins championships in all of these sports, even soccer. I don't like soccer and I don't watch soccer, but there has to be a reason why those games end 1-0 because of defense. But I'm not going to talk about soccer because I don't like soccer. But the Pistons aren't playing with any heart right now. Like, they do not care. They're not dabbing for loose balls. They're not fighting for it. It's embarrassing, to be honest with you, man. This team has not earned the right to take games off and play up and down the competition. It's bad. And a lot of it's to be put on the players. Like Luke Kennard, I believe, only had 5 shots last night. That is unacceptable. And that's partly on him for not being more aggressive and trying to establish himself. But Blake Ball takes away from that. Luke Kennard needs at minimum 15 shots. Now, I'm not saying he's going to make all 15 of them. I don't care if Luke Kennard scores 0 points or if he scores 50. He needs at least 15 shots. He should be leading our team in field goals attempted. At least be top 2. Because, you know, Derrick Rose and Blake are going to get their looks. But we really need Luke Kennard to be more aggressive. Because if he's on fire, which we have seen what he can do when he's on fire, he can't miss. He's pulling up from Akron when he was in Cleveland and shooting threes. We know what Luke Kennard can be. Give him his looks. And it's not going to fix our defensive struggles or anything, but offensively, that will help. You know, it opens up more things for Blake Ball, so that way they can't double off of Luke Kennard. But like I said, man, we got no energy. We don't care. We don't. You know, if the ball comes our way, cool. But I'm so sick and tired of seeing a long rebound go to the other team because we're too lazy to go out there and get it. If Andre Drummond or Christian Wood don't get a rebound, it's pretty much going to the other team. And that's really what it's coming down to. We have Andre Drummond, who's averaging like 16 rebounds a game, maybe 17. Haven't looked at it yet. It's right around that ballpark. And we're one of the worst rebounding teams in the league. How does that make sense? It doesn't. You know, it's the same thing we said when the Wizards were a top 4 scoring team, but dead last in defense. That doesn't make any sense. You have to play with effort. Rebounding is an effort statistic. If you don't want the ball, you're not going to get it. We don't want it, we don't get it. It's pretty simple. You know, Dwayne Casey needs to be a little bit more strict on the players. Now, I'm not saying go full Stan Van Gundy and full on yell at your players, but they need something to wake them up. You know, a trade needs to be in the works because fresh blood always makes the team play harder. We really need another leader because we don't have it, really. I mean, Blake and D Rose are doing their thing, but it's not like they're great defensively. Like, at least Derrick Rose tries. Blake doesn't really try most of the time. So, if I was a player and someone was telling me to play harder on defense and he didn't play any, I don't know how I would take that. So, they look pretty frustrated after last night. I know a lot of you guys are. It was a pretty boring game last night, actually. I hope Christian Wood's okay. I haven't heard anything on that yet. He did fall and immediately grabbed his knee. I do believe he shot the free throws. So I don't remember because I was in and out from celebrating my birthday and watching the game. So I didn't really get to see the whole game in entire. But Pistons got a lot of things they need to work on, man. Absolutely need to work on a lot of things. If you guys think you have the solution, leave it down in the comments. If you guys got your frustrations, leave it down in the comments because it has been a disappointing season so far. But being in the Eastern Conference, being 6 games below 500 now, we're still in the playoff hunt. And that's terrible to me. East. It's the East, man. And it's the same thing in the bottom tier of the West, man. 8 seats still wide open over there. So it's nothing to be proud of, but I don't know. Leave it down in the comments, Instagram, Twitter, all the SM members in the description as well. This Saturday, Above the Rim, 1 p.m. here. Also, Saturday, I will be in Detroit at LCA as we take on the Chicago Bulls. So, last minute Christmas gift, go ahead and book it and come meet me. But with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.